Sorry about that. I guess something happened and the video cut out. But what I was about to jump to was the hyperboloid of two sheets. Now, the hyperboloid of two sheets is very similar to the hyperboloid of one sheet, except the only difference is that in this case, there are two negative symbols. And very similar to the last section that had just one negative, the parallel section, it's going to be essentially the same, where the axis that it's going to be parallel to, again, is going to be that odd man out. So in this case, it's not going to be the negatives, but instead it's going to be the positive. It's going to be the z. So this is actually parallel to the z-axis. What happens with the x and the y is that these hyperbola that were there now seem to drop off, because now it can't equal x or y. It's only going to be the z. So again, that's not too bad. But here is a little bit of the math. It's a little sloppy, but color coordination helps. As you can see here, it says the major tell of a hyperboloid of two sheet is that they're negative, or two of them are negative. So that's what we've got here. We've got the two negatives. And after doing the traces, you can start to see what the actual picture is going to look like. And it's going to end up looking like two bowls that are facing away from each other. And it has actually a hyperbolic cross section with the hyperbola at x equals 0 and y equals 0, as you can see here. So there's like a cross section as well. But yeah, that is essentially going to be the ellipsoid, the hyperboloid of one sheet and two sheets, as well as a brief explanation of quadratic cylinders and quadratic surfaces and cylinders. Oh man, finals are getting to me. The last thing that we have to talk about is the surfaces of revolution, where it's essentially kind of like the hyperboloid section, where the odd man out is inevitably going to be where your axis of rotation is. So it's kind of similar to this aspect, where that odd one there, that one's going to end up being on the other side. If this were a 0, x squared over a squared plus z squared over c squared would end up equaling to y squared over b squared. And you could easily tell just by looking at it that it would end up being a revolution around the z-axis. And so that's pretty self-explanatory. It's nothing too crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed the little chunk that I went over, and good luck.